They called it anti-football, a crime against the beautiful game, a cynical, joyless exercise in destruction. But look closer. Beneath the surface of this perceived negativity lies a breathtaking masterpiece of human resilience. This unbreakable defensive masterclass, known to the world as Catenaccio, did not ruin football. It elevated defending to an art form, requiring the highest level of tactical genius, relentless physical sacrifice, and an unbreakable psychological fortitude ever witnessed on a pitch. It was the ultimate test of an opponent's mind.
Enter the architect, the orchestrator of the dole bolt. While others sought glory and reckless attack, visionary tacticians understood a fundamental truth. A fortress is only as strong as its walls. In the grand cathedrals of football, they meticulously constructed a system not born of fear, but of supreme arrogance. They dared the opposition to find a way through. It was a tactical dark art, transforming 11 men into a synchronized, breathing entity, where every movement was calculated and every inch of space was ruthlessly choked out of existence.
The heart of this labyrinth lay its most revolutionary creation, the libero, or the sweeper. He was the free man roaming behind the battle lines, a solitary sentinel possessing the vision of a chess grandmaster and the ruthlessness of an executioner. Unburdened by the shackles of man-marking, he swept up the debris, anticipating danger before it even materialized. To face the libero was to face a phantom, an omnipresent force that read your intentions, crushed your hopes, and restored absolute order to the chaotic battlefield.
Catenaccio was not merely a physical barrier, it was a psychological mincer. It was meticulously designed to slowly, methodically exhaust the opponent's mind. Imagine the agony of the world's finest attackers, starved of the ball, smothered by relentless man-markers who clung to them like shadows in the night. Every pass intercepted, every run blocked, every glimmer of hope brutally extinguished. As minutes bled into hours, frustration mutated into absolute despair. The attackers were not just physically beaten, they were mentally broken, drowning in an ocean of tactical suffocation.
Yet, to execute this dark art demanded a physical toll bordering on the masochistic. This was not a system for the faint of heart. It required absolute warriors, men who would willingly hurl their bodies into the freezing mud, block blistering shots with their chests, and run until their lungs burned for oxygen. It was a profound display of brotherhood and sacrifice. Each defender played not for individual glory, but for the collective survival of the team. They bled together, suffered together, and built an impenetrable shield forged in the fires of relentless pressure.
And then came the venom, The greatest misconception of Catenaccio is that it was entirely defensive. In truth, it was a coiled spring, waiting patiently for the exact moment of vulnerability. Just as the opponent committed their forces forward in blind desperation, the trap snapped shut. The ball was won, and within mere seconds, a lethal, lightning-fast counterattack was launched. From deep defense to devastating strike, it was a sudden, fatal blow. A masterpiece of vertical football that pierced the heart of the opposition before they even realized they were bleeding.
The ultimate vindication of this philosophy was written in gleaming silver. Across the grandest, most unforgiving stages of Europe, these architects of defense lifted the most coveted trophies, silencing their critics with undeniable supremacy. They proved to the world that there is a profound, gritty beauty in a clean sheet, that a perfectly executed defensive shape can be just as breathtaking, just as awe-inspiring as a fluid attacking move. It was the triumph of supreme intellect over raw instinct, of iron discipline over mere flair. They did not just win football matches, they conquered an entire era.
The romantic critics may have labeled it anti-football, but history, with its unforgiving lens, calls it immortal. The resilient DNA of Catenaccio survives today in every deep defensive block, in every perfectly timed last-man interception, and in every team that chooses defiance over surrender. It taught us that football is not merely an elegant game of scoring goals, but a brutal, glorious battle of human wills. It remains the tactical dark art that broke football, only to piece it back together as a far more complex, psychologically demanding, and ultimately brilliant puzzle. The door remains forever bolted.
Please like and subscribe.